It's time to replace the alternator on this 2005 Hyundai Sonata 2.7 liter. Going to be using a TYC 2-11188. It's located way down here. So in order to get at this alternator, I'm going to go ahead and jack the car up and take off this wheel right here so I can get a hand in through the wheel well. First step here is to get that belt off. So I've hooked up my serpentine belt tool to the spring-loaded tensioner. Kind of crank on it, pull the belt off the alternator. Going to have to unhook the alternator electrically from the vehicle. There's going to be, look at this, got a big post right here, and then there's going to be an electrical connector. It grounds using the case. If I pull off this electrical connector, the wire that goes to here is hot. So what I need to do is disconnect the negative battery cable before I even start this. Tuck that out of the way. Just got to squeeze this tab right here. Squeeze this tab right here and pull. That's the electrical connector. Now I have to get the positive. Alright, now it's time to pull the positive alternator charging cable off. That's this one down here. I have to pull open this little cover, and then there's a 12mm bolt that holds it on. Now we have the positive alternator charging cable off. That was just a 12mm bolt. Alright, this top mounting bolt, just this one right here, this top mounting bolt is a 12mm. There it is. Here's the top bolt. For the bottom bolt, you can see it from up top. We can probably get it from up top, but I have a nice straight shot through the wheel well. So I'm going to grab an extension and a long deep well socket and go in there from the side. You can just barely see that bolt in there. got a nice shot to go in there with a long extension. That is a 14mm, and I'm using a deep well socket. If we take a look at the new alternator, we get an idea of what the bolt looks like. And it's got this little key right here. You'll see what that's for in a minute. Alright, got the old one out. Had to really reach in there to get it. This is that bolt that I was just talking about. Fits in here, and it's keyed. That way you can grab this bolt from the other side without having to put a wrench on this side. The other thing is you don't remove this bolt from the alternator. New unit ready to go in. Just gonna have to take this bolt out. Move this over. Let's put the thing in. Alright, if we look down, we see that the new alternator is in place. I just wanted to say that I started the first bolt, got it in the little slot, then I moved it up, started the second bolt, made sure not to cross thread it, and then tightened the second bolt before I tightened the lower bolt. Did the lower bolt last. Now it's just time to hook up the electrical connectors and the belt. Should be noted that the new alternator positive charging lead was a 13mm. The one on the old alternator was a 12mm. Just one thing to pay attention to if you're not using the stock alternator. Alright, we're all set. Got the belt back on, got the electrical connections made. I hooked the charger back up just because it has a voltmeter on the front. I've already charged the battery. Let's open the garage door and start it up. First thing I like to do anytime I take a belt off is just give the starter a little bump. Not start it. And then go take another look at it real quick. Just to make sure everything's where it should be. Alright, now let's go start it up and see what the voltage is. Alright, there's no battery light on, that's a good sign. And there it is. A working alternator.